Hello everybody, Steven here with Cardboard Coalition. And today I figured I'd bring you a review, I can do it, of, I almost messed it up, Marvel Zombies Heroes Resistance. Now this is a $34.99 smaller version of the Marvel Zombies game. It's a trumped version, it's a little different, but we'll get into all that in the review. So I got my notes so we can make this go through properly and some extra stuff. So let's go ahead and get into the review. All right, so it's published by Guillotine Games, CMON, and the mass market version, the one that you'll find at, I'm assuming Target, maybe Walmart, Amazon, this is obviously here in the States, is put out by Spin Master. Spin Master also has the rights to Marvel. That's why Spin Master is connected to Marvel United and the bigger version of this. But this one's, from my understanding, published by Spin Master, so they can put it out for mass market. All right, so this game is for ages 14 plus. This is a 1 to 4 player version, right? The Kickstarter version from CMON is a 1 to 6, and this is a 60-minute game time, somewhere about there. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Theme. So the theme of it is zombies. Oh, I don't have any of the zombies out. It's zombies sitting out here in the Marvel universe. I know you guys can't see, but you have like the Daily Bugle here. This is the Wakandian Embassy. This is, I think, Osborne Industries. Yeah, Oscorp right here along the side. I know you guys can't see it. But the theme of this game is basically your heroes fighting in the zombie world. You also have, I can move all this stuff around. You have zombie heroes, right? So you have regular zombies, which are these little standees, and you have zombie heroes. And if you're wondering, I normally don't set the game up like this with all the little zombies out. I usually keep them in the little tray that's in here, but there you go. So theme, zombies in the zombie world. Now the mechanics, I wrote down Ameritrash, but it's basically dice rolling, a lot of dice rolling for attacks, just for attacks. There's movement. I've read things like modular tile because the board changes, things like that. But, you know, I just put Ameritrash and Dungeon Crawler because it is pretty much, you just run around, you fight zombies, you try to accomplish a mission. So there you go. So ease of teaching and play. I would say, and this take with a grain of salt because I've been playing Zombicide for a while. So it's just kind of getting used to the newer rules, but this does feel streamlined. And this is an iteration after second edition. I haven't gotten Undead or Alive yet, but I'm wondering if some of that's mixed in. You don't have to roll to open doors anymore and things like that. So it's more streamlined. So I'd say it's easier than previous Zombicides to play, which makes it easier to teach, but I have it at a moderate. Because there are things you can do. You have choices when it's your turn, things like that. So I would put that at moderate. Now, replayability, I think this is where I'll get into more of the discussion or review of the game. There's a fair amount. You have 4 tiles. They're double-sided. The rulebook comes with a 0 mission and then 8, so 9 missions. I keep reading that there's 8 unique missions. I don't know if the 0 mission is the same for the regular zombies. Oh, it wouldn't be because this is Heroes Resistance. So there's actually 9 unique missions. If you count the how to play as a little 2-tile mission, really quick play mission. And there's also, I found this out just by looking around, there is a 9th mission, so a 10th mission, because 0 through 8 is 9 plus 1 more, digitally that you can find on CMON's website. Or if you get the game, there's the little digital code that you can scan, what are the QR codes, and it'll kind of take you to the general area to sell the game, and then you can go over and look in there. I don't remember what it's under, but if you go to CMON, click on Marvel Zombies or products, Marvel Zombie Hero Resistance, you can kind of get into it that way. And then maybe it's downloadable. It puts you on one page and you can click over and see some other stuff if you guys are interested. So it gives you a total of 9 unique missions. I'm actually kind of interested. It's called Hunt Cap, or Captain Hunt, or Hunt Cap. I think it's Captain Hunt. And it looks like you hunt Captain America around the board, which would be kind of fun. All right. So anyways, Replayability is good. It's good for what you're getting. Is this Zombicide a million things? You see some of my Zombicide. Maybe you can. I think you can. The camera back here. You can't see a lot of the extras and stuff that aren't the prettier boxes that I have all stuffed in calyxes off to the side and at lower levels. There's a lot. Zombicide. The Kickstarter version of this, there's a ton of stuff, like a ton, like $800 worth of ton of stuff, right? Well, 200 of that shipping. But there's a lot of stuff. I got more stuff over here, so I was looking that way. There's a lot of stuff. This is just this game, right? So the replayability, I would say, is good for what you get. You have 6 characters. You have 4 zombie heroes. So you have 6 heroes. Yeah, you only play with 4. You have 4 zombie heroes. You have, I mean, the different zombies. You have your runners and your walkers and your fatties. They're brutes now. I don't think you're supposed to say fatty anymore. You have, I think, 6. Yeah, you have 6 bystanders, which give you special abilities. Not a huge difference in them, but there's some difference in the special abilities. You have a deck full of traits. You have a deck full of different cards and how they spawn. Some just spawn in. Some spawn in and activate once. Some of the cards will just give an extra activation to certain groups of zombies. So there's I would say there's a good replayability with this, right? And remember, I keep bouncing back between have you played a lot of Zombicide and have you not? Is this your first entrance into the Zombicide world? Okay. So replayability is good. The production value, I would say, is really good. I mean, it's a decent plastic or cardboard, and it's weird. These standees are starting to grow on me because it's easier to grab a bunch of them and move them around. If you've played regular Zombicide, you know the problem. Well, I dropped one, but you know the problem of moving huge hordes. With these standees like this, it's pretty easy to like grab a group of them and kind of shift them around the board. They're kind of growing on me. Though I am looking at, I think these are from the 2nd edition, but the regular walkers, Zombicide 2nd edition, but regular walkers, and I am slightly thinking about trying to get my hands on some, so I have actual minis. But these are warming up on me. But the production value is good. I feel like these cards are probably the same as that you're going to get. Same with all the card stock. It's the same that you're going to get in with the regular, not the regular, but the CMON version, the big version. But they have these clips. And after going back and looking, I noticed that these actually sit in the tray, right? So with the bigger version, there's a tray this sits in. There's little cubes to move these around. These just have the clips, but they're good plastic little clips. I hope the other game has these. I like these little tokens that tell you that you've done your move. Very helpful if you're playing by yourself. And some people are already saying they're not a big fan of this dial. So if you don't know, when you kill zombies, you get XP. You do certain things, you get XP. For you guys that know, this is your XP tracker. I kind of like the XP tracker like this. You don't have to fiddle with that click that doesn't really click well on the tray. The trays look cool and stuff, but I kind of like the idea of this. And it's sturdy. It's got a clip in there, right? Because we're talking about the production value. The miniatures, I guess, is one of the things to talk about. I really like this Hulk, though it's just him doing like the basic like tough person pose, like chest out, arms back, getting ready to smash. I really like this Hulk. I like the Winter Soldier sculpt right here, but these are good sculpts. They're not awesome sculpts, but for what you're paying, they're good sculpts, and they have bases now that are textured bases, so there's things on the bases, which is pretty good. So the production value is really good. Now, going down to the value versus cost. There's a lot of debate about this, and I even have friends that are a little upset, but willing to play it, but a little upset that CMON, even though you spent, I think the pledge for everything for Marvel Zombies is $690 something, $680 something, big price tag. And then they go ahead and pop this out for $35. And some people feel betrayed and they feel mad, and I get that. And okay, but let's talk about the cost value first of just this as you walked into a store, a big box store, and you see this, $35.99. Now, we all know on Amazon eventually it'll be 25, 35% off if you wait, 6 months or so. But even at $35.99, you get a decent, not even a decent, a really good amount of game, I would say, compared to other games that you would pay $35.99 for. And if you want the dungeon crawl feel, you get the Marvel feel. They're not chintzy. Some of people that get the Marvel IP, the air conditioner's kicking on, sorry about that. Marvel IP, they kind of drop down how many pieces of characters or whatever would be in that game. They drop it down. I won't point any out, but you can see them behind me. But some of them do that. This one doesn't. You still get 6 characters. If you look at the 4 zombie heroes, so 6 heroes, 4 zombie heroes, you're technically getting 10 heroes. And then you add another 6, even though they're standee. And in the Kickstarter version, these are all miniatures, but this is standee, and I'm okay with that. But you get that. You got 16 characters. And the other thing is, these are all well known. You don't have to be a hardcore Marvel fan to know these people. Pepper Potts, Sharon Carter, Okoye, I think's her name, the commander of the Wakandan army. J. Jonah Jameson, Wong, Happy Hogan, right? Tony Stark's like #1 man. That hero-wise is Cap, Scarlet Witch, or zombie hero is Cap, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, Iron Man. Heroes, you get Hulk, you get Black Panther, you get Vision, Spider-Man, and then I would say Wasp and Winter Soldier are kind of the ones. Not everybody's gonna know, but they're gonna. I mean, if you just watch some of the Marvel movies, you'll know. But if you watched all of them, you know all these characters. Oh, well, and the TV show with Karen Carter. Well, I think she's in. Whatever, I'm getting mixed up now. It might be in the Captain America movie, but at least if you watch the shows and stuff. So for $35, you get all this. It feels like you're in the world. Like I said, the setup's really cool. Production's really cool. Playability is really cool. Now, for fans, it's interesting. Fans of Zombicide are fans of the Marvel zombies that they went in. It's kind of a mixed deal. Here's one of the things. This is a Heroes vs. Zombies. So Heroes Resistance, Heroes vs. Zombies version of Zombicide. So this is more the traditional. The Marvel Zombies game, you are the zombies. You play as these characters, right? The zombies, and then instead of zombies, you have shield troops that you're trying to keep back, and then instead of these being your big monsters, it's the regular heroes that are your big enemies that you have to fight. Now, so one thing is, this is like in the Kickstarter, there's an X-Men Resistance. It's called X-Men Resistance, right? Get it? So it is the hero mode. So we'll call it hero mode and zombie mode. This is the hero mode. This is right here is the hero mode without having to buy the X-Men stuff. So I'm still talking with you guys with the value versus cost, and this is for people who are into Zombicide and fans of the game and stuff like that. They might think that this is $35 after they pay. Let's say they went all in and they paid the $6 something. If not, I think it was $240 for the zombie mode and hero mode together, $130 for just the zombie mode, something like that. It's off the top of my head. They feel like they're kind of getting stiffed for a little bit more. Well, this is what I'll say to that. You get different sculpts. So if you're into the miniatures, maybe you're not, but you get some different sculpts. Okay. Am I selling you yet? Everybody who's already backed the Zombicide or the Marvel Zombies? Probably not. So you get alternate sculpts, maybe for the people who like painting them. The next thing that you get is you get 0 to 8, so there's 9, I can count, plus 1 downloadable, 10 unique missions. Is that worth $35? Maybe add the unique sculpts in there. You can have different versions of the character. I'm thinking about painting up Vision as the white costumed Vision, where he's I think it's West Coast Avengers that happens, whatever. Still not maybe selling you on the value. The other thing I'm going to say is I can play this right now. So I've had this for, it's been out for a week, maybe a little bit over a week. and I don't get a ton of time to play, but I've played it at least 3 times, and I keep trying to squeeze it in somewhere else, right? So I'm able to play it now. Now, the Kickstarter, if you did 2-wave, from what I hear everyone's saying about mid-November, early December, you'll get the first wave, which will be the main game, which won't be the heroes fighting. It will be the you fighting as the zombie heroes, right? As the zombies, your zombie heroes. But this is compatible. This is, you can interchange pieces. I really appreciate if you guys are watching again, as a handful of people were talking actually in the comments, which is really fun. And it made me look into some stuff. But people were talking in the comments. This is compatible. I looked it up. I read some more articles on it. This is compatible with the game. You can interchange these things. Like I said, the only difference is this would go into a tray in the larger game instead of having the clips, right? You will be able to take certain pieces from the zombie version, right? The main game, the Marvel Zombies, and use them in here. So the heroes you can use in here. The zombies, they have in the main Marvel Zombie game, you're going to have the Abomination. I'm going to call them Abomination. That's the bad guys. Instead of you playing as them, they're playing against you cards. You're going to have them for all those guys. So you're going to get a handful of characters, and it'll be you can interchange, which means when you play these missions, you can change out the zombies that you get. So you have that there, right? We're still, just keep you on track. We're talking about cost versus value, value versus cost of this for the people who are getting the Kickstarter and things like that. There's value there. You get to play it early. It's interchangeable. Parts are going to be interchangeable. So you can play hero mode early. They've said that you can play hero mode early. If you get the zombie, if you have 2-wave, if you have 1-wave, you're waiting till sometime in 2023 to get everything. But you'll be able to play early. So you have that. Play early. It can interchange. You'll be able to play some of the hero mode once you get the actual regular mode, which is the zombie mode. Now, the other thing is, I was thinking about something else. Sorry. So cost versus value. I got off on my own, so I have notes. I still think for $35, I didn't feel bad spending it. I have a little extra expendable cash, not a ton, but I have a little bit, and I felt okay spending the money on this. I've enjoyed playing it. So while I'm on it, I want to talk about, and this is from the comments, and I appreciate it, is I had made a comment. I thought some of these people you didn't get in the main one, like Vision, I thought you didn't get in the main game. Now, it's kind of a mixed bag. If you just got the main game or the main game in Heroes Resistance, even with the stretch goals, you didn't get some of the expansions, and he is in, I wrote it down here. Vision is Hydra Resurrection. He's in Hydra Resurrection. So you do get a Vision, but it's a different sculpt. Everybody here, there is a hero and a zombie version in the, at least if you got the Kickstarter, just the Kickstarter, because you got the Kickstarter extras and stuff like that. Except for Black Panther and Spider-Man. If you guys don't know, I guess it came down from Marvel that Spider-Man, or neither Spider-Man or Black Panther, could be a zombie. But I'm sure Etsy's going to have some version of them out there that you can get, and people make the cards, and it's all fun. So, but beyond that, they're all have their hero, and all the people here have a zombie hero and a regular hero version in the full Kickstarter, right? If you got everything, I think everything but Vision is, if you just got the main game and the through Kickstarter where you get the promos, you'll have the hero and zombie. I'm looking at my notes. Sorry, the hero and zombie version of it. So the only difference here is alternate sculpts. I want to correct that from the unboxing when I had talked about. I think a couple of them are unique characters for this. That is not true. Now, what I'm wondering if some of these cards are unique or not, and I'm going to, just off the top of my head now, think not, because I know this is the sculpt for and Vision. Vision Hulk, and Black Panther, I know for sure the picture is the sculpt from the Kickstarter. So maybe these cards aren't different. They probably didn't go that deep. The whole point to this game is to give a Zombicide experience in a small, easily affordable package. Even if you find this at Target, and once again, this is in the stateside, they do sales, buy 2 game, get 1 free, and all that kind of stuff. So you can get it for cheaper than $35, right? And we all know this. You can get cheaper than MSRP, except for when it first comes out usually. But all right. So back to the reviewing and stuff. Would I play this again? Definitely. This version, I'm talking about this version. Would I ask to play it again? Definitely. Both of them. Now, how is this going to fit into the whole Marvel Zombies experience once I have the whole Kickstarter here? I think this is a quick game in setup, pulling it out, and putting it away, and teaching it and playing it. It's a quick setup, right? It's a lot quicker than the normal Zombicide game. Now, some of that might be in the newer versions of rules. You don't put all the door tiles down. My understanding of it is if you open a door, let's say there is a door here, it shouldn't be. It should be actually one of these, which means you can't go through. But if there's a door somewhere, you can knock it open. So right here, actually, I think these were the two originally in the game. I set this up for you guys to have some visuals. All right. So these two, in the newer version of the game, now when you go into a door, you open it to go into a room, and you put the open door token. Unless there's already a token like some of the colored doors, there'll be a token there, and you flip the token over to show that you've opened the door. That might speed up the setup a little bit, not putting all those out there. But I feel like the smaller package. Like I said, I normally don't put all the zombies out. I leave them in the container, which is in here, which actually has an organizer inside, which is nice. So overall, I'm happy that I bought it. I have no qualms with it. I'm enjoying the gameplay. It's fun. I've played it 2 times with other people. I've played it once now by myself. Always, I enjoy it. Some of the drawbacks is this is only going to be 4 players. So you can only play with 4 people. You can't play with 6 like the bigger versions. But once you get the bigger versions, you can add more people on here. I was even thinking you could probably, with just a tracker, because they won't have this, you can add more heroes in this. You could play with all 6. Because if you guys know Zombicide games, you could usually add as many players as you want. That's kind of really how I got really into the Black Plague stuff. Because I was like, oh, this is a game I can play with 6 people. And if I get an expansion, I can play with more people because I have more boards and blah, blah, blah. But this is a 4-player game, but it's quick to play, and I've played it with 3 people, I've played it with 2 people, I've played it with 1, but you always have to play 4 heroes. So like the game, not so worried about the cost. That's going to be up to you. Even if you're getting the Kickstarter, it's still kind of up to you. I think it's worth doing if you want to play a month or so early, if you have the extra cash, if you want to have the hero mode at least probably 6 months, if not more, before the hero mode, the X-Men Resistance comes out. You get the second wave and all that kind of stuff. You can play it. So I definitely think it's worth it. So that's my review. I don't remember if I did it in the video now, but I'd like to say I think it's J-Rod was the first one who's brought up in the comments the different characters, and I appreciate that. And you guys had a good little back and forth talk in there in the comments, which was exciting for us to see happen. But thanks for bringing that up, because it made me go back and look at some more. I actually sat, and it took me a bit. I don't know, it's like show and tell. I feel like when I do it in my class, show and tell. I actually did a little list so I can go, okay, let me make sure what's there and what's not there, right? And that's what made me look into the missions. Tile-wise, I'm almost positive these are the same tiles that are going to be in the game. There's just 4, because there's one that goes into the subway that I can see on the Kickstarter page. So there you go. But that's my review. I'm enjoying the game. I'm having fun with the game. I think you will too. And I think if someone finds it on a shelf and decides to pick it up for $35 or $25, $28, they're not going to be disappointed with what they get. So that's my review of Marvel Zombies from Guillotine, CMON, and Spin Master Games. I'm Steven with Cardboard Coalition. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.